Okay? Okay, now, I'll go to Piaget. Okay? So Piaget is a psychologist and it's very much the cognitive development of children, meaning about the maturity of the child. And they say that kids undergo this throughout life, from birth to 2 years old, they go through the stage we call sensory motor. How they do it is, sensory motor means that they learn through the environment. They learn by touching, they learn by holding, they learn by holding, they learn by seeing. And as they do that, they continuously change their schema. It's like initially, maybe you give them an apple. It's a red apple, right? You bite into it, and then you give it to them, and then they bite, and then you say, apple. So they have this schema that apple is round, sweet, and you can bite into it, right? Now the next day, the brother came and gave a round thing, and he made for that is in an apple. He tried to bite into it, but when you bite into it, you cannot bite into it. It doesn't taste sweet. And now the brother said, ball. And then the brother bounced it and it bounced. So now the schema will accommodate with the new information. Oh, round, red, bouncy is ball. Cannot be. Right. And then maybe you bring them to their friend's birthday party or something, and then they see a round, red thing. And when they touch it, it's very light, and then it flows out. And then all of a sudden it pops. And then they say, oh, it's not an apple. It's not a ball. And then they say, oh, this is a balloon. Be careful, it may pop. So they say, well, change again. And this thing happens throughout your life. Right? Throughout your life. And one thing interesting that Piaget said that is also reiterated by the Muslim scholars. And also, it's always, okay, when we go into how Allah put into us the ability to articulate the intelligence, right? That's what we know. But then Piaget has a glimpse of it. Piaget said, human genetically has imprinted intelligence in them, as expressed by when you see little kids, little babies, when you touch them, they hold, right? They grab your finger, that is reflex. And they smile, not that they're smiling, that is just reflex. So reflex is imprinted intelligence, and babies know how to suckle without being told how to suckle. You give them milk, they know how to suckle. So those are imprinted intelligence that is already in them. But for us, we know better than that. We know better than that because Allah put in us. What differentiates us from other creation is that we have the two. We have the intelligence, we have the ability to articulate, and we can reason. Right? Okay. So now we go into 2 to 7, pre-operational. Pre-operational, they start to manipulate their surrounding. And then we go into corporate operational. Corporate operational, they can only understand what they can see. What they cannot see, they cannot. But they can retain some. If you say 2 plus 3 is 5, during their pre-operational, you have to put 2 bottles, 3 bottles, 2 plus 3 is 5. That is pre-operational. For pre-operational, they know already without looking that 2 plus 3 is 5. Right? And then you go into formal operational. Formal operational are able to understand science, able to understand abstraction, able to understand concepts, philosophies, ideas, abstract ideas. Right? So here, sensory motor coordination sensors. Okay? So how do you improve this if you have small kids? Neurosensory motor always do all this multi-sensorial play with them. Right, multi-sensorial play. Let them. The extreme will say, do not let them wear mittens and booties. Expose them, stimulate their sensation. Right. Like what I did with my little one before is that I will put big, huge t-shirt. Right? Big, huge t-shirt, let it be. No meetings, no this, just one large picture. That's it. Right. Let them roll around. And then when you try to find any toys for them, look for all these multi-sensorial. One you touch, taste, and everything. And also something that they can manipulate. Right. And then 2 to 7, they start to have this symbolic thinking. They start to have, they can strings, ideas, and all those. Use of purposive types. Okay. They start to have imaginary play. When you see Anas can just take a piece of paper and he can make a game out of it. He have fun. Yesterday we were in the park and he was looking around. I thought Anas was looking. Oh, I'm trying to find rubber band. Once he gets the rubber band, he creates his own games. They are able to do imaginary play. That is up to 7 years old, and we should encourage that. Don't worry. If you get messed up, clean it up again. Train them to clean it up. Right. And then you have corporate operational, okay? 5 space, 1 together, and you're going to formal operational, which is theoretical, hypothetical, and everything. So, but the thing is, Piaget said, not everyone can come to formal operational. But if not everyone is able to think in terms of concept, hypothesis, all these theories and everything. 60% of college students haven't reached formal operational. And research has shown that 1/3 of the population haven't reached formal operational. So even though you have a student who go to college, who graduated, who proceed to do your master or PhD, or what it still didn't come to the level of formal operational. Now this is reinforced further. If you read the Book of Knowledge by Al-Ghazali, it says that intelligence, is the last chapter was on intelligence, right now? And it says what? Intelligence is like water. It flows and it goes as waterfall. That is the prophets and all. And then some will flow like the river, like the Ambiya and waters. But for some, like real people, real water like us, we have to boil. We have to boil so that only the water comes out. But for some still, it remains underwater. Al-Ghazali mentioned it long ago, way before Piaget. Right? And then Piaget said, not everyone achieved that formal operation. Right? Not everyone can think in abstraction, can understand big ideas. But can we train our students to do it? Can we train our children to do it? Yes. What goes in goes out. Like Ahmad Didat says, you eat rubbish, you eat rubbish, you read rubbish, your mind becomes rubbish. Rubbish in, rubbish out. Be careful of what we expose our children to. Be careful of what's online that they're exposed to. Be careful how we discuss with them. Are we discussing big things or are we just merely when we mentioned about this, I remember my dad. I would contribute whatever I am now to my dad because he's such a big thinker. To the point that he will discuss big ideas with us. People don't know how to that's what he don't care. And then to the point that we're so afraid to ask to say anything. If we ask something, about berikan sini, awak tak boleh fikir besar kita. Awak fikir kecil sangat. You're so afraid because he expects you to think big, to think of the society, to think of how you can contribute to the society. He is so frustrated because we moved to his hometown. He's so frustrated with the thinking of the people that he decided to build a school. That was my dad. Right? We can. But what do you choose? We can only do that if we ourselves is one. I believe that. If we ourselves is one. Dia nak sembang ringan-ringan, nak bercerita ringan-ringan, let them do it with friends. It's our responsibility. What do we discuss? When they're big like this, read books, read heavy books, discuss. Bring them to many things, many, all event or whatever, and discuss. Right? Because if you just want to do it when they're already 20 years old or 16 years old, you will not do it. You'll rather go out with friends, not with Papa is school. Do you know? It's not the interest. When you're an adult as well, they would rather have fun. Thinking of, oh, this artist, that artist, K-pop and whatnot, instead of big titles. So it's very, very, very imperative that we nurture this from small. Why don't we give them what we feed them